Greetings, Gothamites, and welcome back to the channel. I am the Crowlector, and today we're going to be taking a trip to a galaxy far, far away to take a look at the Star Wars Black Series Shaak and Luminara Unduli. We all have our favorite background character from Star Wars, right? Are you really a Star Wars fan if you don't? I could even take that one step further and say that every true Star Wars fan has a favorite background Jedi. While these ladies aren't quite the number one spot for me, that goes to my bro, Plo Koon, they're pretty high up there. Shaak especially, I've always had a thing for. She might well be my favorite female Jedi. And speaking of, poor Shaak, has any character in Star Wars had more deaths than she has? Not only that, but she got completely outshined by her fellow Togruta Ahsoka. She really cannot catch a break. Both of these ladies actually kind of got the short end of the stick in Revenge of the Sith. Shaak was deleted entirely, and Luminara showed up for all of 5 seconds, if that. The upside to that meant that they both got to survive Order 66, at least for a little bit longer, though fate was not kind to either of them. I'm just going to get right into it because these two feel like a long time coming. They've both been on people's want lists for ages, it seems, and I was quite surprised when they were finally announced together out of the blue last year. These two are doubly special for me. Long story short, I was not allowed to play with female action figures growing up. I would have gotten in big, big trouble with my dad if I did, but I always wanted them, especially the Jedi. My sister was, however, allowed to play with them, and she didn't even really like Star Wars, so, of course, I snuck these two out of her room to add to my adventures. I remember the Luminara we had kept popping off at the waist, so I would just always pretend that that was how she died in Order 66. These two are absolutely beautiful. I've loved them both because they really do embody that sort of regalness and stoicism that the Jedi are known for. I do enjoy, of course, that we got to know them a bit more in the Clone Wars cartoon, even if they didn't quite get as much screen time as some of the other Jedi. I was a little wary of the soft goods when they were first shown off. The Jedi robes don't always work, and I remember on those smaller figures, the skirt pieces extended past the legs, so it was sometimes hard to get them to stand, but I'm happy to say that that is not the case here. Both stand quite well on their own, and the soft goods are thin enough that you can still move them around however you want, and they won't really hinder anything. And the paint on these two is beautiful as well. Shaak is very vibrant, and I love all the details around both of their sashes. There's not really any paint bleeding, and they really do pop. Luminara looks a bit too pale for me. I remember her being a little bit darker green. Maybe she ate a bad Ronto wrap and is feeling a little bit sick, but other than that, she looks really nice as well. They really got those tattoos on her face right, and her sort of coppery gauntlets really pop too. The articulation is pretty much what you would expect from them. They employ the Aayla Secura body, at least from the waist down. So if you have her, you know what you're getting into. Those double knees, nice ankle articulation. I do love the little sash thingies here. They're a soft plastic, so it won't hinder movement much either. The only areas where movement is a little hindered is for Shaak, obviously. Her head tails mean that you don't get much up and down movement, but she can move side to side with a little finagling. Same with Luminara. The headpiece means that side to side movement is a little hindered, but it's nothing too bad. Her upper arms are also plastic, which limits things a bit at the elbow, but you can still strike most of the poses you would need with them. The only accessories they come with are their lightsabers, but that's about all they would need. Luminara's is the same sculpt as Plo Koon's, just painted gold, which I do think looks very, very nice. It is really nice to have some more background Jedi to fill out the ranks. I didn't really expect to get these two for quite a while, especially together, so I'm still a bit shocked that we even have them. I would really love to see a Saesee Tin and Agent Kolar done next, just so we can recreate that office duel from Revenge of the Sith. What Jedi would you like to see done next in the Black Series? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I will be back soon with more creepy Crowlection content, but in the meantime, may the Force be with you.